Administrator and COO here at East Ohio, and on behalf of our entire hospital, lift it up. Sorry about that. There we go. I got it. The thumb screw. So on behalf of East Ohio, we want to welcome you and just thank our community for supporting the opening of the hospital, and Governor DeWine, Congressman Johnson, all the elected officials that are here and joined us. We just want to thank you very much for joining us in this celebration. So at this time, I just want to have a moment of silence. As most of you know, Doug Dugan, who was the fire chief of Tiltonsville, passed away on Wednesday while on duty, and his funeral was today. So we just want to have a moment of silence for him, please. Thank you very much. So at this time, I'd like to call Father Marut of St. Mary's Catholic Church down the street here to offer a moment of prayer for us. Father.
Let us pray. Blessed are you, O God of all creation. Through your Son, you commanded your people who walk in newness of life to care compassionately for the sick. Attend to the desires of your children. By the grace of your Holy Spirit, make this hospital a place of blessing and a center of love, where physicians practice the art of healing wisely, where nurses and aides serve the sick with care, where the faithful come to visit Christ in the person of their brothers and sisters. Grant that, comforted in their illness, patients will quickly regain their health and joyfully thank you for the favors they have received. We ask this blessing in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Father. At this time, I'd like to introduce Lydia Mahalik. She was the director of the High Development Services Agency. She's the former mayor of Findlay, Ohio, where she serves as the first female mayor of that city. As director of the ODSA, she's been a champion of economic development and job creation in Governor DeWine's administration. We're pleased to have her with us today. Welcome, Director.
Well, thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. It really is lovely to be down here in the Ohio Valley. Father, I've spent a lot of Sundays in your church. My in-laws actually, they're from the Valley here, and then they live just not too far from here, maybe a couple of streets up. So it's kind of nice to be back here and celebrating something so great here with Governor DeWine and Congressman Johnson and the entire East Ohio regional hospital team, and a great community that is celebrating the reopening of this healthcare facility. And quite frankly, it's a really exciting day for us at the state and for us at development, but especially the Martins Ferry community and the entire region. You know, at development, every day our work is laser focused on supporting Ohio's communities. We help support all kinds of projects, community projects like this one, job creation projects like this one, as well as projects that improve the overall quality of life for all of Ohioans. And of course, the East Ohio Regional Hospital project is exciting because it's doing both. You know, to date, we know that's created more than 400 jobs in the community, but more than the jobs, this hospital is the cornerstone of this community and has been for more than 100 years. And with, you know, the hospital's reopening, families have access to medical care nearby, including important things like imaging and radiology and lab services. And the community has an emergency room that's going to serve residents from across the region. And we at Development are very proud to be a partner in this particular project. And that here, with its reopening, that the hospital was able to expand patient services to the community and improve the overall patient experience. We are grateful to have been able to play a role in this project. So thank you, Dr. Johnson, for your vision and for your commitment to this community and this region. Mr. Albertini, for all of your expertise and influence that you have on the operations, and quite frankly, for the dedication that you have shown this incredible community at this time. And we really do look forward to our continued partnership and seeing the many great things that lay ahead for the hospital and for Martins Ferry. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So our Congressman Bill Johnson is a veteran of the U.S. Air Force and a former lieutenant colonel. He's also been a highly successful high-tech entrepreneur. The Congressman has represented Ohio's 6th congressional district for over a decade and was reelected to his 6th term in November. He's currently working to create jobs here in eastern and southeastern Ohio. He serves on the House Energy Commerce Committee, and he is also co-chairman of the House Natural Gas Caucus and a member of the House Shale Caucus. Our good friend, Congressman Johnson.
I'm not nearly as tall as Lydia is, and not nearly as pretty either, so. Hey, I am so glad to be here this morning for this very special occasion. And I'm always glad to share the stage with our governor, Governor DeWine. Glad you're here. Thanks. Welcome to Belmont County. I know you are no stranger here, so thanks for being here this morning. I'm going to say a few things about Dr. Johnson and Mr. Albertini here in a second or two, but you know, rural hospitals really have a challenge. Not only here in our region, that's the region that I care most about, but all across our country, rural hospitals face challenges that other hospitals don't face. The pandemic, COVID, made those challenges even greater. Many hospitals, in fact, most of them, followed the directions of our states and our federal government, tamping down on elective procedures so that they could be ready for the onslaught of COVID cases that they thought they were going to get. So they lost the revenue from the elective procedures. And then because we did so well in rural America in social distancing and following the guidelines, we didn't see nearly the spikes in COVID cases and the hospitalizations that many other parts of our country did. And as a result, they lost the revenue on the COVID-related hospitalizations as well. So they were hit very, very hard. Now, East Ohio Regional Hospital closed long before COVID ever happened. So we were already threatened with the loss of quality, affordable health care here in this region. And I know when we heard that it was going to close, we all panicked. I know I did, others did, because without East Ohio Regional Hospital being in operation, people have to drive in some cases several hours to get to Columbus, to get to Cleveland, to get to Pittsburgh. Although Pittsburgh's not that far, it's still a good drive. We need affordable quality health care right here. And I was really pleased when I got the phone call from David Myhall to begin the discussions about Dr. Johnson and his team potentially purchasing the hospital. It didn't take me long to catch on to the vision that Dr. Johnson had. I should have known right up front with a last name like Johnson that it was going to be okay. In fact, Governor, you know what they say about Johnsons, right? Everybody either is a Johnson, was a Johnson, or wants to be a Johnson. So we've got some applications up here. Dr. Johnson and I are going to take it. Any of you that want to change your names and join the crowd, we'll take you on. But I was very pleased with the work that Dr. Johnson and Mr. Albertini and his team began to do, and it caught fire. We engaged with the governor's team. The governor was very receptive. And you know already, I'll let him talk about his perspective on this success. But this is a real success story here today. This is American innovation and American ingenuity like no other place. Ohio has a rich legacy of this kind of performance. In fact, if you look at the century after the Civil War, the light bulb, the airplane, the first American to orbit the Earth, the first human to step foot out on the moon, the first oil well on the North American continent, right here in Ohio. It's not in Texas. I know they think it is, but it's not. It's right here in Ohio. And now, this success story with East Ohio Regional Hospital opening back up again. Dr. Johnson, I am proud to have played just a small part in your success. And I wish you and your team the very best. Please stay engaged with me. There's a lot of knuckleheads in Washington, D.C. that think they know how to do it better than you do. I'm going to teach them what the last name Johnson means too before I'm done. So thank you very much for having me today, and congratulations on your success.
Thank you, Congressman. We appreciate all your help. So when this hospital closed in the fall of 2019, it was devastating, economically, as well as the healthcare of our community. And at that time, most of us saw no way forward. And there was one person who did, and that was Dr. Johnson. So Dr. Johnson, in Ohio resident, over 35 years, he's had the psychiatric hospital out in Dayton. He has primary care clinics. He owns and operates substance abuse residential treatment facilities, telemedicine, and other technology enterprises. So over the last year, I've gotten to know Dr. Johnson pretty well, him and his family, and I can personally tell you, he's someone who truly cares. He's not really interested in just having a hospital. He truly is a humanitarian, and so that's why I enjoy working with him so much. So, Dr. Johnson, on behalf of our community, thank you.
Thank you, Bernie. This is such a happy occasion that so many of us here had hoped to see for a long time. East Ohio Regional Hospital had been open for 114 years before it closed on September 2019. Reopening it was not an easy task, especially in the midst of a global pandemic. And it took the commitment and hard work of so many people and the support of our incredible community. There are too many people to thank by name, but before I try to name a few, I want to share with you a bit of the hope and vision around the new East Ohio Regional Hospital. Since starting my career as a physician, my goal has always been to provide access to healthcare to the underserved people and the underserved communities. That is literally why many of my healthcare organizations I started over the past few decades begin with the word access, like Access Ohio, Access Hospital, and so on. As a board-certified psychiatrist for over 30 years, it started with providing access to people and communities within the mental and behavioral health. And over time, it expanded to primary care and then to many areas as represented by the many specialties offered here at EORH today. Access also means bridging the gap of inequalities that exist between the urban and the rural counties or racial divides, which means bringing the state-of-the-art technology and access to quality healthcare for all populations. By investing in technology, we aim to make sure that EORH is run efficiently and cost effectively as possible, preparing us to evolve with the times and stay open for the next 100 years to come. What I came to realize over my 30+ years of healthcare is that you cannot improve the health of a population simply by providing access to healthcare alone. There is an important link between the health of a population and the economy of that population. Improving the overall health of the community starts with improving the economic development of that community. EORH has sparked that development by adding 500 jobs. Now with governmental support and investments, we can catalyze more economic development here in the Ohio Valley. Healthcare is going through a digital transformation. Robotics, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, telemedicine, and the digital health have the potential to add new capabilities. We can drive new job growth from all that right here in the Ohio Valley. And with the right support of our government leaders, we can also be a training center to develop the healthcare workforce of tomorrow and implement new technologies. EORH will aim to play a part in that by being an incubator to enhancing technologies that makes patient care better within our systems. Speaking of government, I want to thank many members of our leadership, including our Ohio Governor, Mike DeWine, our DSA Director, Lydia Mahalik, the Department of Health, Medicaid, Medicare, and all other agencies that saw this as a priority project. A special thank you to the local leaders like Martins Ferry Mayor John Davis and his team and all Belmont County Commissioners and Mayor. Thank you to Congressman Bill Johnson, who has been an ardent supporter of this hospital from day one. Also, thanks to State Senator Hoagland, who has been a force for our veterans and their healthcare needs and helping fix the mental health shortage across the state. There are so many others I can't individually name, but who have had an impact on the hospital and its part in our community. I want to thank my friend Bernie Albertini, the Chief Operating Officer, and the wonderful department heads, the physicians, the nurses, and 500 staff whose cheerful spirits and the caring hearts serve everyone that comes through our doors. A special thank you to my wife Lata, my daughter Neeti, and son Nitin, who has not only provided their support, but who are also part of shaping the new EORH. Most importantly, a huge thank you to the community and every single person who has enthusiastically supported and prayed for our new and improved hospital to become a success. Healthcare is not just about treating people when they are sick, but about keeping people in our community healthy and productive. Although we have invested a lot in its infrastructure, a hospital is not defined by the building, but by the quality of the staff and the services it provides, and by the community we support and who supports us back. So thanks to each of you, and may God bless you, and may God bless the Ohio Valley. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. I'd like to, this time, bring Neethi Johnson up, Dr. Johnson's daughter, to introduce the governor. And I just want to say, Neethi, while I'm not here every day, keeps these two old guys in line pretty good, so.
Thanks, Bernie. Hello, everyone. My name is Neethi Johnson. I'm Dr. Johnson's daughter. It is my pleasure to introduce a man that really needs no introduction, one who has been a true force for advocating for all Ohioans, Governor Mike DeWine. On November 6th, 2018, Mike DeWine was elected to serve as the 70th governor of the state of Ohio. The governor has had a long and distinguished career in public service. He was the 50th Attorney General of Ohio and has previously been elected to serve as Greene County Prosecutor, Ohio State Senator, U.S. Congressman, Ohio Lieutenant Governor, and U.S. Senator. Governor DeWine loves Ohio and cares passionately about our state's future. He continues to fight for an Ohio that works for everyone, every person and every family in every corner of our state. From our world-class cities to some of the best small towns in America, Governor DeWine knows that to build our state into an economic powerhouse, we must have strong health care, a great quality of life, and compassion for those who need help. During the COVID-19 crisis, Governor DeWine became a role model for his leadership and guidance of Ohioans through the pandemic. Governor DeWine's support of reopening EORH speaks to his consistent advocacy of equitable models and access to health care for those that need it most. We are honored and privileged to have him here with us today on this exciting occasion. So I present to you the governor of the great state of Ohio, Mike DeWine.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for that very kind introduction, not only about me, but about what a great state that we all are blessed, really, to live in. Congressman Johnson, bulletin. My grandmother was a Johnson.
Hey! I knew you had that in your blood.
Once a hospital closes, it stays closed. Who has the guts to come in and say, we're going to reopen a hospital? Dr. Johnson, thank you for that vision. It's absolutely amazing. I got a call many, many months ago from my friend David Myhall, and he told me about the plans. And I said, man, that's got to be tough. Got a call from my friend, Congressman Johnson. He told me about it, urged our support and our help. And then we started talking about it, and I talked to David, found out it was Dr. Johnson that was planning on doing this. And I said, well, he's been successful in everything else he's done, so I'm sure that this will work. Our administration was behind this, is behind it. We support it. I think we're working out the final details of some things, Lydia, this week, which is good. Little loan and other things, but the vision comes from Dr. Johnson. Bernie, thank you for your great work. To walk in here today and to see this hospital fully functioning is a miracle, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. We have many mayors here. We have county elected officials, and I know how much this means to the community. I know how much it means, frankly, to the Ohio Valley. What's a hospital mean to a community? First of all, it is the center. It is the core of communities today. And being able to have a hospital that is functioning brings life to the community. It is really the center. Emergency room. How do you value an emergency room where you can actually get into quickly? An emergency room that is close. We all know that in regard to emergency rooms, when people have an emergency, many times the time is the key determining factor whether that person will survive or that person will not survive. And so having that functioning ER makes all the difference in the world. And then there's the jobs. A lot of jobs. But it's not just the jobs that are here at the hospital. Any business that's looking to expand, any business that's looking to come into the Ohio Valley, any business that's looking to come into Martins Ferry, you got to have health care, and you want a hospital, and you want that health care to be there for your employees and your family members when you're making those decisions. So that's sort of the intangible, but really is tangible. It really makes a difference. The nursing home, that's great. I'm very pleased to hear that the vast majority of the employees at the nursing home are fully vaccinated. That matters a lot. That matters a lot. So that when someone goes in there and your loved one goes in there, you know that not only are the vast majority of the residents vaccinated, but also that the employees are as well. It's not always true in every nursing home. It matters. It matters a great deal. And then the future. Dr. Johnson is someone who has a great background in helping people with mental health challenges. I know of his plans to expand what's going on here in the Ohio Valley. The drug problem in the Ohio Valley, we have a drug problem all across the state of Ohio, not unique here, but making sure that there is assistance, that there is help, that's very important. So those two areas as we move forward. So, I just want to thank absolutely everyone. State legislative delegation has been very supportive. Senator Hoagland certainly has been very supportive. Representative Jones, Ferguson, leadership in the House and the Senate have been very supportive. So this is a happy day. It's a blessed day. I'm just delighted as governor of the state of Ohio to be able to be here and to see this happening. I'm optimistic not only about the future of the state, I'm very optimistic about the future of the Ohio Valley. There's a lot of good things going on. And what we see today with this hospital is playing a major role in that future. It's not just this here, not that it's working every day, treating patients, but we look to the future. And our future of Ohio is bright. The future of the Ohio Valley is bright. Thank you very much.
Okay, at this time, it's the big event. We're going to cut the ribbon. So as we get set up over here to my right, any of the elected officials that are here that would like to partake, we'd love you to join on the ribbon with us as well.
Where are we going? I'm right out front. We want to follow you guys.
Who wants to do it here? Who wants building in the background? Anyway,